following podcast may contain strong language. Listener discretion is advised. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to this week's episode of the Hallmark and Greatness podcast, a podcast dedicated to highlighting the beauty of all the Hallmark, Lifetime, straight-to-TV movies that don't get the admiration they fully deserve. I'm Anthony Burke, and with me as always are two of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. He now owns a baby goat. It's Joe Higgins.
What am I in the Four Horsemen? I'll be Girth.
Well, all right. Hi, Joe.
Hiya! Sorry, it's been a long weekend, lads.
And he's under scrutiny for stealing human milk and attempting to sell it over the internet. It's Craig Lowe.
Well, there's a market for anything these days, and you might as well make money off it.
Should have made some cheese.
Oh, human cheese.
Boob cheese.
If you'd like to keep up to date with all things Hallmark and Greatness, you can follow the show on Twitter at Hallmark and Great, Instagram at Hallmark and Greatness, or if you'd like to get in touch with any recommendations or thoughts or anything you think we may have missed, you can email the show at hallmarkandgreatness@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook. Joe's got a Twitch channel. He's still not played Mario Kart with Craig yet. Bye.
I'll build up to it, mate. You're right. Just so you're aware, Craig has got a massive microphone that he's insisting on using for some reason.
I did it for the other. He used it for the other podcast. Who used Zencaster last night, and this provides a much clearer audio.
Oh, okay, fair
over
enough.
Zencaster.
You just look like.
I'm going to use mine.
No! Stop everyone doing this. I need my hands free for waving and gesticulating.
Mine's that now. This film is garbage. This week's film, Destination Wedding.
Yeah, put that in there. This is
Not to be confused with the Keanu Reeves, Winona Ryder forgotten masterpiece.
Which I'm going to get. I haven't watched it, but it's going to be better than this.
I remember the trailers for it, but
I mean, it could just be Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder sitting in some beans for an hour and a half, and it would be better than this.
It won't happen often, but I've got to say, Keanu Reeves is probably less wooden than some of these actors.
Hey,
how dare you
keep your Keanu Reeves hating mouth closed.
I like Keanu Reeves. It's like he's acting.
Oh, so you went for his entrepreneurial ship and stuff.
He's like a nice guy.
It is genuinely nice. Again, I'm not having this conversation with you again. Keanu Reeves is not a good actor, but he is you in a film. That's what his whole role is. He's supposed to be an avatar for you.
I'm very bold.
Oh, shut up. You know, he is in The Matrix. Anyway, Destination Wedding.
I mean, it's just garbage. Go on, Joe. Do your prediction.
All right. Destiny Nation.
Already better.
What? Yeah, I know. A mobile dog groomer inherits her grandma's wedding dress store in the small mountain town of Bouquet.
I'm sorry, was this person not called Helen?
No, she was called Destiny Nation because it's destination. See what I'm doing?
Okay.
Right. I think I've ran that Helen joke into the ground, to be honest.
New year.
Yeah. Due to a series of wacky incidents, she runs into Chip Carr, who runs the local limousine service. Yeah, I know. Baby steps.
Some things have got to be runners.
Together, they must hunt down her grandma's killer and exact a brutal but swift revenge on the drug cartel. What done it? PG-13.
Oh, a safe PG-13.
Right. The official synopsis is so bizarre. The ending of it is it's very abrupt. So,
like
Destination Wedding. Ellie's ex, Greg, is best man at her sister's wedding at a beach resort in Acapulco. When the bride and groom miss their airplanes, it's up to Ellie and Greg to make decisions concerning the wedding, etc. So they're forced together a lot.
I mean, okay.
I mean, when the description is far from riveting, it's
the ending there of, so they're forced together a lot.
I mean, that is a good 50% of the runtime of this film is them just being made to do things together.
Yes.
Including a lot of shit I'm not comfortable with. A lot of stuff that felt very racist.
What, silly hat dancing?
Oh, you mean the same music over...
The fact that you're never more than 15 meters from a mariachi band, it would appear. Roving gangs of mariachis waiting to play music.
Is that not what it's like in Mexico?
I don't believe so, no. But there again, this is one of those horrible white people resorts, isn't it, where they literally play bingo.
They didn't even show the resort as much as I'd hoped. Like, Acapulco itself.
You get some nice shots early, don't you? It's like a tour video first.
I thought it was going to be like the safari one where it was just all glorious shots. This wasn't. This was just...
And there was just no money in the budget to play a four-top song. Disgusting.
But tell you what they will do. They'll play other incidental music aggressively loud at you all the way through it. So loud at times you can't hear the dialogue, of which there is not a lot.
I've said it once, I'll say it again. I hated the film.
Yep. So we open up with... Ellie and Jason,
The only nice guy in this film.
I've got nothing against Alec, to be honest.
Oh, sorry, that's who I meant. I meant Alec. Alec's the boyfriend, isn't he?
Alex the boy.
Sorry,
Alex,
that's who I meant.
Ellie's boyfriend.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
And they're having a surprise party for his girlfriend, for Jason's girlfriend, Mandy, who is Ellie's sister. She arrives all annoyed. She's like, I put a dress on. I thought we were going out for dinner. She leads her out the back where Jason has dumped a load of shit in the pool that's going to have to be skimmed out later on. A load of petals and stuff. And I'm like, that gets in the filter, mate.
Getting stuck in the filter, that's a big job.
I'd be furious. And he gets down on one knee and proposes, and we get the first sign that this isn't going to be a good film. Because what's on the ring box, lads?
Hallmark!
It's a Hallmark logo on the ring. He's bought a Hallmark ring to star in a Hallmark film.
Yay.
Which then means that Hallmark exists in the Hallmark universe.
Yeah,
maybe is this a Hallmark film? But obviously,
it is. Yeah, maybe in this universe haven't ventured into movies that are just greeting cards and rings and wine.
Did we notice at all if they were drinking any Hallmark wine?
No, they the grandma drinks a donga or something before. I think she's pissed all the way through it. To be honest,
she's ridiculous what she is.
When they put the ring on her finger, there's also a bizarre spotlight just on the band of her finger, which I thought was an interesting lighting choice. It's not what I'd have done. She says yes. All these other white people appear and awkwardly stand around congratulating themselves on having such a great surprise party.
I find that bizarre.
The whole thing was shit.
When you're gonna get engaged to someone, why would you have everyone hiding ready to come out?
We've had this discussion before that wedding proposal in this country of the United Kingdom is a very sort of private affair made to people. It seems in America that if you've not got half the population of town to make a song and dance about it, it's not worth time.
It's all for show. It's. I mean, I don't think it happens quite so much anymore. I think what's the thing where they're always setting fires to forests? Gender reveals is the new new engagement thing. Yeah. Where it just becomes more and more outlandish and ridiculous, and it's like it's a fucking baby.
You can book Blackpool Tower to do your gender reveal now for a couple of £100. True story.
What did they do? Did they light the lights pink or blue?
Yep, correct. Gather everybody on the comedy carpet, and then at the assigned time, they'll change the lights assigned colour.
I can think of nothing. Well, I can think of a lot of things sadder.
Just read the piece of paper that says it's a boy or girl.
Just don't and have a fun surprise, innit?
Yeah. Oh, dark.
No, I mean, just don't have kids, but yeah, I don't. Because I understand the baby shower thing. Cause that's a way to get free shit off people, isn't it? But what do you get at this? Nothing. Anyway, but this isn't even happening in this film. Ellie goes and talks to her dad the next day, and she's like, it's like he gives her the worst pep talk ever.
Her whole family just I hated.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They're all
knobheads.
Horrible.
That's why I like Alec, because
Alec was great.
He puts up with it, and they're just nothing but arseholes to him.
Yeah.
So much so they can't even remember his name at one point. They call him or Thingamajig.
Craig predicted it because he watched it before us, and he turned around and said, "You will hate this," based on
literally the first 10 minutes.
I think today I turned around to you and went, I'm 15 minutes in and I hate these people.
Yep. It ticks all the Anthony boxes of hate. It's
actual wasps of people. Yeah. She gave a pep talk about how she should have stayed with Greg, and we don't like Alec, and you've made a mistake, but we're going to go to fucking Acapulco to do this wedding, the entire family. And I'm like, I could think of nothing worse than going on a holiday with my entire family.
Oh, God, no. You'd find reasons to go somewhere else after
I would throw my snorkeling, right? I'm just going to strap a load of meat to my body before we go out.
I mean, I'd do it, providing I get to have my own space and can explore the country and wherever it is I'm going.
They're all in each other's pockets, and they do that horrible white people thing of just staying in the resort as well.
Right, I'm going to put a little counter to how many times Joe says white people in this episode.
I can say you people if you think that's better.
He's right, I had to stay on Sandals Resort.
When they say Irie, man. We cut to Ellie and Alec having an early morning jog.
Yeah.
And he goes, 3.5 miles, that's all I've got time for. And I was like, fuck you. I'd have got a cab, mate. Yeah. But whatever. And it was revealed that she is a interior designer and he is a house guy, renovations man. Yeah, and he worked for a big company, and
he's one of the top guys.
And I'm not saying the house renovation isn't a job, but I mean, for her, would it not be better to be in a relationship with someone who they can feed off each other?
Yeah, I think he says later on that he's managed to secure her.
Oh, she'll take that job up, but she'll be
he's doing a big renovation currently, and he's managed to get her
behind the bike sheds. And then we go to Ellie and Mandy, her sister, talking about their dream weddings, and this is where the first bit of acting. My first acting critique comes in.
Ellie's the one who's essentially planning that she's the wedding planner for her sister.
Yes. But it's their shared dream to have this same wedding on a beach in Acapulco.
This is mentioned by Ellie about an hour and 20 minutes in. Before this, it seems like Ellie is dictating what the wedding's going to be, and sister is completely checks out.
Yeah. I think doubt has set in, but then why did you say yes for that sweet, sweet Elizabeth Duke jewellery? But this is the first bit. Ellie laughs, and it's the most awkward, painful Sarah Michelle Gellar style fake laugh I've ever heard. Did not care. Apparently, they used to pretend to get married as children, and she would always marry Teddy Ruxpin as well, which is a name drop. Is a call from the past. Yeah,
the most famous name in this film.
Who's Teddy Ruxpin?
Teddy Ruxpin was a child's toy. It was a doll. Well, it was a bear, and it had a tape player in its tummy. You'd put a tape in, and it would read it to you. Its eyes and mouth.
Yeah, that sounds creepy.
It had a TV series as well. It was pretty good from what I remember.
Probably.
Wasn't as good as the Wuzzles, but yeah.
No, well, nothing.
Welcome to Old Men Remember Things.
And Anthony's here.
Do you remember Gladiators? What was that about? Gladiators. A lot of men on steroids hitting each other with sticks and jet. And then she says, the problem is that Greg, your ex, is going to be there as he is Jason's best man.
Yeah, Ellie and Greg got Jason and Mandy together. Did I get the names right?
Yep. Why not? I think I put at one point, these are the most boring, whitest vanilla, boring named people possible. They are, though. They're all just called Keith and Alan and stuff. And there's no one with any, Javier is the most exciting one.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm guessing Javier was your favourite character in the film.
At the start, yes. And then by the end, I wanted him to be, thrown into a volcano. This has annoyed me as well. Grandma, they're all loading into the taxis at the airport when they've landed, the shuttles, sorry. And Grandma just hands her bag to the guy driving it and walks off she doesn't even have to bother talking to him.
Yeah, not even a thought of a tip.
It's Greg. We meet Greg, played by
a large
guy.
Piece of wood.
Yeah. And it's revealed that he is now a top lawyer. So we've ticked all the boxes of men's jobs in this. Yeah. Sort of architect and lawyer. Fucking hell. I hate this grandma.
Oh, she's the worst.
Because Greg comes and sits with them on the shuttle, and she's like, "Oh, Greg, of all the boys she's dated, you were the best one." And I'm like, "Fuck you, grandma."
Yeah, right. To me, so this Greg decided to leave Ellie.
We find that out, yeah.
Yeah, because he got a job in Atlanta.
Yes.
And yet, he's still the favourite, even though he left her just high and dry without any word of warning.
Yes.
But apparently this family still love him, even though their child or granddaughter was deeply, deeply hurt and upset.
It's because he talked to the family, the new boyfriend. He no talk.
Why would you talk to a family that hate you? Yeah. Makes no sense. It's fucking Mandy's fault. She literally says at one point, I told him I didn't like him twice. I don't know why he doesn't like me. Maybe because she said that to him.
Yeah. And you're a dick.
Well, yeah, and you're a dick.
Just in general.
You fucking Bobo Carol Vorderman looking motherfucker.
We'll get to it, but she bails on this wedding and just doesn't tell anyone, and everyone's flown to Acapulco for her. She just ignores it and just goes, "Yeah, you deal with it."
Yep, leaves it all to someone else to deal with. Yep, I know. I
really
and then the dad's like, "Oh, what about your local sports team? Oh, my sports team's terrible as well." And I was like, "I hope this bus crashes into a fucking ravine."
That was the one bit I enjoyed.
The best reference of sports.
They mentioned two teams. That was it.
Were they real teams?
They said the Dodgers. You said sorry about the Dodgers, but I'm sure in 2017 the Dodgers were doing really well. And they mentioned the Phillies as well. Yeah, they were baseball.
Oh, okay. Billy Jim. That's all I know. Yes, they're on this, and then for some reason, as the bus goes by, they all take their hands off the thing like they're on a fucking roller coaster. We cut to a drinks reception of all these people, and it's revealed that Jason and Mandy have missed their plane. They phone up, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, we missed the plane," and then Jason just gets up and stomps off. So it's clearly not like
trouble in paradise.
They do mention in that little clip where they say they missed the plane that
they had an argument.
They've had an argument, yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly more than a fucking argument.
And then it cuts to the next morning, and as is the tradition in Acapulco.
Also, again, we'll get through it more and more, but how many days early were these people to this wedding? Because it felt like they were there for a good week or so.
I think it's 4 days. I think from them landing to the wedding is 4 days by my count.
Seems like a long time to get there that early.
In terms of what happens at nights.
Paying that much for the sandals. They don't do it by the night. You've got to book the full week.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I think they said they were there for 2 weeks total.
Wow.
But based on what happens each night, I think it's 4 nights total and then the wedding.
I've never been to a destination wedding, so I've never...
I wouldn't go on principle.
That early.
I don't get many holidays, so why would I want to waste it hanging out with people I don't really like that much?
Yeah,
exactly. But the first thing in the morning, we get a shot of the traditional Acapulco greeting of a man walking around with a big parrot on a stick. Don't know why.
Production value. He was just there.
Yeah, I think they were just filming like B footage. And this is the bit again where I was like, "What is this? Is this on Dove.org?"
It is on Dove.org.
Right.
Not a movie guide. It's not on. It's on Dove.org.
Right. Because there's this very slow motion Ursula Andress coming out of the pool style shot that
make younger me fan of Spike feel rather inappropriate.
Yes. Well, it's Alexa Panavega, who is Shark Girl or whatever.
Yeah, she was the lead little girl in the Spy Kid quadrilogy.
Who was
the main girl?
Ellie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never seen Spy Kids. I mean, I know the films, but I've never seen.
Yeah, but it was just oddly long and weird, and I was like, don't care for this.
Lingering on this.
She goes and sits on this by the side of the pool. Well, that's fine. You didn't know. You're not going to get arrested. We're not going to euthanize you. It's fine. And we're introduced to Javier, who comes over and is now their wedding planner, as she called Matilda or someone has left them up shit creek and basically
run off with somebody else, and in the process thrown all the records about all the weddings up in the air for some reason.
So they have a post-it note. I fucking hate this film. And then he's like, "Oh, well, we need to do these things together." So they go and test food for the thing.
And again, that's another thing I assumed would be done well in advance, not the 2 days before.
Because where are you going to get all the meat? If they all want fillet steak, where are you going to get, anyway, I don't care. But this was the joke, because Javier speaks Spanish at them and they don't understand. And then I just put, Javier needs to drown them in that pool behind him.
Don't ruin it for the other guests.
I mean,
the people who were actually paying to be at the Sandals resort that weekend.
What was I read today? People will swim in the ocean that has had lots and lots of corpses in it, but one corpse in a swimming pool, and nobody will swim in it again.
Just ask Michael Barrymore.
Well, I would, but he's not returning my calls.
Who's paying for this wedding?
I would assume her dad.
Yeah,
Mandy's
the
dad,
rich
which
one.
is also Ellie's dad, because he pays for more plane tickets later on as well. And I'm like, I wish I had that much disposable income for my selfish daughters.
Any disposable income.
Alec phones up and says he's got this big contract and it's great, and he's sorry he can't come out, but he's got work to do, which is fine because that's his job, isn't it? He employs other people as well, so he has a responsibility there. Ellie goes to a table of breakfast where the young hip kids are sitting, and the line, "The dance club last night was jumping," was said without a trace of irony. They go on about this.
Did we point out that Greg and Ellie currently hate each other?
Yeah, but they kept going on
they were trying to avoid each other as much as possible, and now this is the part where it says they've barely been thrown together because even though they didn't have
told
to.
The rest of the family though that Mandy and Jason are not coming yet because they're still
because it has to be fun hijinks.
Why would you warn everyone that the people that are getting married are a little bit not coming?
Don't get your hopes up. Don't save that suit for the wedding night. Maybe just have a nice meal tonight and use it then.
For which I think Grandma Goldie says, "Stupid. But this is Mandy and Jason we're talking about."
Oh, the many times he said that.
And I'm like, they're not good together.
Apparently not. No, to fall apart.
If it was this easy,
yeah. Come and get married, even though you're clearly terrible for each other. And then the second night, I believe, is Spinny Fire Boy. Just this incredibly long scene.
Oh, it was so long. It was outrageous. I thought it was going to be like a few little clips of what's going on. You're like,
nope, it's the full routine. Like,
it went on forever.
He's using that on his show reel.
Again, production value. I believe it's called filming the rodeo. The rodeo's in town. When you're filming your film, film all of it. It's good production value.
Oh, and they kept it in because they had to make up the 90 minutes.
This wasn't 90 minutes, mate. 87, this one.
87.
Oh, they still fell short despite this scene.
Despite putting this in, Spinny Fireboy, and then look at their silly customs and their crazy passports.
Let's do a silly hat dance.
Constantly.
One of the roving mariachi bands who owns this territory, I'm guessing. Oh man, Mariachi Streetfighter, great. They come in and Javier explains that they're going to do the traditional Mexican hat dance, which is the national dance of Mexico, which I didn't look up, but sounds racist enough to be true. And the actual people do the dance, and that's fine, that's good. And then they explain what the dance is about. It's all dancing is basically sex, isn't it?
Yeah. Then they make Ellie and Greg, who still hate each other, they make them do it.
Of all the people there to pick from, they keep picking the same two people.
Maybe one of you just say, no, I'm all right for now. I've got my leg.
I'll have too many drinks. I'll stay here.
I've literally just done a shit in my pants, so I can't, unfortunately. Other options are available. And then at this point, I was like, no, Javier can get in the fucking sea as well, because he's enabling this.
He's had grandma shoved him $20, said,
I reckon that's what it is, yeah.
Meanwhile, Mandy and Jason are still just going, you lot still deal with this shit.
We're not even in the same room. We're still doing Zoom calls. But they do this hat dance, right? And they're not doing it with respect.
No, they're kicking about.
They are the worst sort of people on one of these holidays where they're brought up and it's like, look at me, Ma, I'm dancing like a Mexican.
Yeah. It was very much that.
And I've put, this is deeply offensive to me, and I am not even Latino.
Wait, what? You're not Latino?
Mexican. No, I'm not. I'm the opposite of that. I'm like, my skin is so white, you can see my heartbeat if I take my shirt off.
That is a surprise to me, Joe.
Yeah, I know. I am always,
When I walk in the morning, you say hola, I just assumed you.
Oh, that's just fun greetings for the day. Cowboy Fridays. And then the next morning, they do another great white activity, golf.
Yeah, let's not forget the traditional round of wedding golf.
Let's not deck on golf too much.
I like playing golf. I just
what?
Crazy golf.
We need to discuss this then.
Mario golf.
Tiger Woods PGA golf.
Tiger Woods PGA. Nothing since then though.
Right. A wedding party golf trip is not something that happens.
No, again, it's what on resorts it stands. What else is it? What else attached to property?
I thought Sandals was the nudie one.
No. Sandals.
Sandals. Are you just thinking of Michael Scott when he takes a picture?
I think that's probably what it is.
No, it is overpriced white people resort.
Right.
No, there was another one.
And that wasn't me. And Javier puts both Ellie and Greg in the same car.
Pretty sure Sandals is also based in the West Indies rather than.
Yes, it is. It's Jamaica, I believe, isn't it? Yeah. They get into these golf carts and they drive off, but they've got an incredibly loud engine noise. And I thought golf carts were battery powered.
Yeah, they are.
Electric. How else are you going to show things in motion and put in a silly rev sound underneath?
Yeah, I hate this. They drive around.
Some fun flirtation of, you were bad at golf in the last hole.
No, I've took courses. I've done 90 hours of golf training. Of course you have.
Don't get me wrong. If wedding parties like this play golf, I'm all up for going abroad and going to a wedding destination so I can play golf for free. But God, that's not a thing, right?
No. Again, there's only about 8 activities at this. We've already had fire dance, Mexican hats, golf. We get bingo in a bit, and I think scuba diving is a prize for something.
It's a 1 week holiday. You've got your activity agenda, and that just recycles the same every week.
Yep. It turns out that Ellie and Greg like different things. That's the joke, because Javier's like, these flower arrangements, one's bigger and one's small. And he goes, why don't we just put them together? Why did you ask him then?
Yeah. why were these decisions not made months ago? So
see the power.
She's not a very good wedding planner, is she?
She's not good at anything, apart from golf, apparently. And gaslighting men into thinking it was their fault all along. I mean, turn the table, sister. And we get a phone call from Mandy saying that they're not coming at all now because they're not even talking to each other. Great, don't care. Go and tell people. Say they're not coming.
You go, wash your hands.
No, she should have to.
Situation.
This should be on Mandy to turn up and go, really sorry, everyone.
Is Mandy younger or older?
Younger.
Do we know?
Younger, yeah. Because
that'd be wild.
Ellie was acting, because I think their mum died, so Ellie was kind of the mother figure for her, is what they said. Christ. But still, Mandy needs to show up and go, sorry, everyone. We've had an argument. This wedding's not going to be on currently.
Yeah.
Enjoy your holiday. We do apologise.
At least send a message to the group WhatsApp, because there will be one.
Yeah.
Oh, tremendous.
And so to avoid any responsibility for the day, Ellie and Greg go outside of the compound.
Oh, danger.
Look at the funny foreigners. I hope they get pickpocketed and then kidnapped and then shot in the desert after being forced to dig their own graves. Why is the music so loud?
Drown out the racist.
No. She buys a bag by pointing at it and going, that one.
See?
Yeah, that was the worst. See?
And she goes,
oh,
she says,
Christ.
You know what'll cheer you up, Greg? And buys him a big racist sombrero to put on.
One that's going to stay in the hotel room because you can't put it in your suitcase.
Yes. You're not wearing that on.
They get drinks from a local bar, and if there's ice in them drinks, then they're both going to get diarrhea. You don't get ice in foreign holidays. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
And then they go and have lunch. It's like supper, dinner, whatever you call it, wherever you are. On the beach.
This is her ex-boyfriend.
This is her ex-boyfriend, who they're now fine with each other. Which is fine. Like, I'm friends with my ex-girlfriend, some of them, because you can still be friends with people without having romantic involvement with them.
No one's doubting that. That's fine.
Oh, with this, though, she keeps sliding off a fucking chair whenever he walks by.
Well, she tells Alec, no, not even seen him. Not even seen him. Jesus, you're the worst person.
They're sitting on the beach eating food. Another rogue mariachi band shows up, and Greg's like, "Oh, they're playing our song," and she literally says, "What, Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses?" And I was like, figures, yeah.
And then they do more insulting dances.
Yeah, this is fucking awful. Dancing. I hate this. More racist dancing. Again, we got another weird close-up of her feet when she was in the sand, though. So
it's directed by Quentin Tarantino.
I was going to say, we're still getting that feet shot in there for each Hallmark film.
Does she get the phone? Is this where she gets the phone call from Alec? Or is she now not ignoring him?
She answers this one, and Alec's working on his thing, and he says, you need to tell someone, because this isn't your responsibility.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. She then starts accusing him of hating her sister.
And he goes, no, it's not that at all. It's just, this isn't your responsibility. Yeah. She's a grown-up.
Spot on, Alec. Well done.
And he goes, if it's not happening, fly back and we'll go and do a little holiday somewhere if you've still got time off work. And then she's like, oh, you couldn't take time off to come here, but I was like, well, he's trying to help you in a way.
He's saying he'll make time free for you because you're going to be upset because this wedding's not going ahead, and he's trying to look after you.
No, you're a dick, Alec. That's basically what it is.
Get in the bin.
She then has to hang up on him because she gets another phone call.
It's at this point where she has been lying. She's lying about how often she's seen Greg as well.
Yeah. I think she has fingered some of his calls as well. What's it called? Screened some of his calls. She receives another phone call from the dad saying, oh no, something's happened at the hotel. And it turns out horrible grandma is dying.
But she's not.
No, she's not. You got my hopes up there, film, quite expertly, and then dashed them against the rocks. She did it to get them back and to find the truth out from them.
But throughout this film, everyone's been trying to protect this grandma of, they owe her something. I don't know what it was. I
think it's supposed to be she's wily. She's like a wily old grandma who's been around the block a couple of times. But I just got the impression of I could put a pillow over your fucking face, then you'll be in trouble. Got my hopes up. There is still 30 minutes of this shit left.
It's at this point I was like, surely we're nearly there. But Alec's not come to the resort yet, and that's got to happen at some point.
No. The next morning, so I think this is day 3, we cut to Ellie doing yoga on the beach, because of course she fucking does yoga on the beach every morning. Yeah. These people are the worst. Greg appears.
She gets a phone call from Alec.
She gets a phone call and she sort of gaslights him into saying that, no, nothing's going on. It's all in your head.
Yeah.
And Greg's like, yeah, I'm in the background of this phone call, which I was like, so am I supposed to feel sorry for Ellie because she's torn between two things?
I think this film tried to make you feel sorry for Ellie and Greg, and it was just
star-crossed lovers. Just you wait till we get to dove.org. It's outrageous.
Craig called it right where he said, these are the people that you just hate it. They're always the start of a film. These are the ones that you think
Alec is the star of the film. If this had continued, we'd get a proper film, which was Alec's story. These are the two that screw our main character over in the first 10 minutes of the film.
Alec's the one that you can sympathise with and think, oh, poor guy.
He even tries to make it work at the end.
These characters are just arseholes, and I don't know how this film was made to make you feel. It's a Hallmark film. How were these two the main characters?
It all went, so every level of this went catastrophically wrong. The chemistry of the two leads, it was non-existent. The story was awful. Just everything. The direction. Nobody is likable except the person you're not supposed to like.
Yeah, it was like a weird twist on a normal Hallmark film.
And then they go back to the hotel. Grandma's playing bingo and is annoyed that a local child keeps winning because how dare he? Javier's doing bingo calls and he makes cancer jokes. 39. Oh, like the doctor. I wish the doctor had said to me, unless that was him telling people that he's going to die of cancer soon, which is a hell of a way to do it. Yeah, he does. He's doing like 2 little ducks, 22 and stuff. Yeah, it's bizarre. Grandma is hungry because she refused to go to a barbecue as it was too greasy and probably full of foreigners for her.
Yeah, I don't like that foreign muck. Where's my hamburger and steak?
And I've literally put, this is like a shit reverse Dirty Dancing. It was horrible. Because
I've never seen it.
You should do. It's a good film. It's an all right film, actually.
It's great until you get to the coat hanger abortion scene.
Yeah, the folding table and a dirty knife. Yep. Dad has said that he's bought them 2 more tickets because they're coming now, apparently.
Well, the dad and the grandma now know the truth.
Maybe not enough for there to be an actual fucking wedding at the point.
Doesn't matter. We're going ahead with it, and we're going to go to the beach and have a wedding practice, even though the 2 people that probably need the practice aren't there.
Yeah, and the 2 people that need the practice are not being able to practice their role.
They've got major roles in this.
Yes, they're the ones that have to deal with the rings and walking and all the rest of it. They just stand there and walk.
And get sort of fake Dwight Schrute married to each other.
Yeah.
Is it a thing, having a fake practice wedding before you get married?
I've only ever been to one practice. Pointless. It ruins the surprise of the day.
The priest's last registrar takes you through it all on the day anyway, or did with me. So,
I went through it for me, and I think they did with Niche Wells.
I don't know.
Actually, I did go to my sister's. I think they had a little mini practice type one the day before.
Is it not just normally an excuse so you can have a dinner afterwards?
Yeah, sometimes.
Also, yeah, we definitely went to the church the day before.
But this serves no purpose other than to make them have a pretend wedding.
We need that scene. Where they look in each other's eyes and go, "Oh."
She's still with Alec at this point.
But she's actively ignoring him now, so she can be taken to Bone Town by Greg.
Him, but she's ignoring him and not ringing him and saying, "Look, Alec, it's not working."
Yeah. He's ringing her from the airport at this point. He's literally going, "Which resort is it? Because I'm here."
Yeah.
Wise Nana tries to say something wise, but it just comes across as contrived and confusing. And now Jason and Mandy have shown up. This is it. And everyone's like, great. What took you so long? And they were like, oh, his passport was stolen by crows or something. Who knows? Mandy and Ellie take a bath together, which was a bit weird. I think it was supposed to be like
I think it's more like a sauna type.
Where haven't we filmed on this resort yet? We've not been to the spa.
And it turns out, this is...
The image that you put in people's heads, like just they're 2 cramped in a very small bath. Knees up to the chins.
How about getting a tap end? Yeah. And it turns out that the reason Alec doesn't like Mandy is because she said, I don't like you. You're not good enough for my sister.
Multiple times.
Numerous times. Yeah.
And he's
being told you're not good enough. Fuck off.
But then he's supposed to be okay with that and be like, well, okay, I'll still be friends with you. I'm like, no. Alec literally is better off away from these toxic motherfuckers.
I'm looking forward to the sequel. We do get Alec's story.
What even is this film? Because nothing has technically happened.
No, it's just them 2 arseholes milling about together, reconnecting, despite the fact that she's with someone.
Ellie gets a text message from Greg saying, I'm on the beach and lonely, which is the worst kind of fucking booty call, isn't it? She goes down there and she has brought like a champagne bucket on a stand and glasses.
Yes.
Because I bet she doesn't take it back with her, though. I bet she just leaves it there for one of the resort staff to drag back the next morning.
Yeah, that's what they're there for.
Entitlement.
Yeah.
Greg's great chat up line, which I think they were like, improvise something here. Do you like fire? That's literally what he says.
I thought the same thing. As Craig said, there was very little chemistry between these guys.
Level 4 improv at its highest.
There was barely a script for this. They had the location for 10 days, and it's like, what can we throw together?
They drink some champagne, they have a bit of a kiss and a cuddle, and then out of nowhere, Alec appears. Coming through the dark, like black shook, and Greg goes, "Oh, okay, I'll just go then." And
yeah, you can well.
Not even like angry that he's been cockblocked by the girl's actual boyfriend.
Yeah,
Greg.
At this point where Alec, throughout all this, she's claiming that neither of them want to get married and they don't need to get married to prove a point or anything. However, actually, Ellie wants to get married. So Alec comes up and goes, "Look, if you actually really want to get married, let's do it. Let's get married.
I love you so much that
I'm prepared to."
We've been together for a year.
I will go against my history, which he explains the fact that his mother had married 4 times and had made him disillusioned with the whole concept. A very valid point.
If Ellie was a nicer person, she'd be like, "Okay, well, maybe we can work through that or something."
Yeah.
Alec also says when he arrives, "I'll pretend I didn't see that."
Because they didn't actually kiss. I think they were about to kiss. They didn't actually kiss.
No, but
still,
I'd have been like, "Greg, your head's getting barbecued in that fire. I hope you like fire, mate."
Maybe Alex just cooked. It's fine.
I think that's what it is. He's just anything for an ease, or he's just looking for a way out at this point.
He proposes to her.
Yep.
She says at that point, obviously no, but she says something along the lines of, "Look, I don't want to hurt you," or anything like that.
Better.
You deserve better. But she says that if Alec hadn't shown up, she was tongue deep into his.
He'd have been
Greg's
doing
mouth.
deep kissing with Greg. Yeah.
You did not give 2 shits about Alec at this point.
She'd be getting sand out of crevices the next morning. That's what would have been happening.
It really pissed me off how she then got angry and like,
Again,
I really like you.
It's your fault.
A lot of times this one,
it's your
so
fault
because
you didn't want to get married. Yeah.
Oh, this
is fucking bollocks. I think I started doing 10-second skips at this point because I'm
pretty sure Alec walks away crying as well.
Yeah, he's literally walks off into his own movie.
Tears.
Alec, where he gets bitten by a radioactive raccoon and becomes trash boy. Yeah, I don't know what powers raccoons have. He goes back to the hotel, although the hotel appears to be in a shopping centre because there's shops in the back. Gran's pissed up. She's staggering around yelling at the foreigners. You just don't try. You're lazy. That's what it is. And it appears like the whole family hated him as well. So again, Alec, why did you stick around?
Yeah,
he loved her.
Because he loved her.
Yeah, and she claims she loved him. No.
Using him for his contacts.
Yeah,
I didn't know we could use the contacts we stuck from Staples. I'm like, Alec, can you go off and live a better life?
We look forward to the sequel.
The next morning, which is the day of the wedding, which I think is day 5, she wants Greg now. She goes to knock on his door, but Greg's not there. Jason's like, no, he went for a walk and hasn't come back.
He's gone for a walk or onto a plane. I don't know.
Yeah, because I thought he'd gone on a plane.
The most clunky bit of dialogue in this film, in a film full of clunky dialogue. He's gone for a walk or gone home. We don't know.
So she's like, oh, I'll just go to bed then. Get my electric toothbrush and pretend. And then the next morning, she's like, oh, where's Greg? We don't know. So she runs down the beach and Greg's there. While she's having an asthma attack on the beach. Greg's just there. He says, oh, I fell asleep on the beach last night. And he says, oh, so I thought you'd gone... This is the bit. He says, oh, I thought you'd gone back to Prince Charming. And I was like, mate, you've split a couple up. You've been sort of 50% of it's your fault. You don't get the right to call people for being nice.
He seems to be forgetting that he just left her high and dry just because he got a better job in Atlanta.
Yeah, well, that's all glossed over because Hans...
Yeah, is it?
Then I put, literally, Greg, you are a C word. And then they get married. And who fucking cares?
Yeah, smash cuts. 1 year later, kiss, credits, we're done. I hate this.
Oh, they do the...
Yeah, they do the hat dance. Racist dance. Final racist dancing.
Yeah. And then for some reason, Javier goes, was it Amore es thingy or something over the end?
Oh, yeah, they kept mentioning this little tagline of love always wins or something.
Love always wins, which should probably have been the title of the film.
Also, it doesn't, because poor Alex had to go off on his top.
Cheaters always prosper.
Yeah.
Would have been a better name. Yeah, well done. I hated this film. One star.
Yeah. 0.3 from me.
And a 1.2 from me.
And that puts it at our worst on average. Yeah. Worse than Breaking Legs, and I fully agree.
I would watch Breaking Legs again rather than this, just because it made me so angry.
There is a core idea in this that's that's interesting. You make the current boyfriend a bit more arsehole-ish. You don't make the family pressure her into it, and make them build a genuine affection.
Which is a lot of other Hallmark. You feel you sympathise with the characters. these two knobheads.
Yeah, like I said, I wanted them to be murdered by the Mexican mafia.
Doing the dirty down in Mexico.
That's all it was. It was just them two doing the dirty down in Mexico. Well, it's poor Alex trying to work hard, building himself up to become...
Yeah, working on those contracts to build a better future for them both, yeah.
He'll be on Grand Designs.
Just the worst.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm not.
Great facts. Yes, it's time for Craig Facts again. We'll breeze through this one. Alexa Pena Vega starred as Ellie, star of Twister. She apparently played a young Helen Hunt in Twister.
Oh, really?
Yes. Also the star of Dennis 2, Dennis Strikes Back.
Is that Dennis the Menace?
That is Dennis the Menace, yeah. That's the one that had none of the original stars, not even the same Dennis back.
Yeah.
Real good. And also star, might as well pick one of them, Spy Kids 4, All the Time in the World. In 4D with smell-o-vision.
I mean,
is 4D still a thing in terms of movies and cinemas?
I mean,
I know there is some where it's like...
My mate went to watch Dune, and it was on like the moving chairs thing, and he said it was fucking unbearable.
Oh, really?
Because you're trying to watch this big space soap opera, and you can get tossed around the fucking cinema.
I'm not at Granada Studios circa 1989.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born.
All right.
I'm going to butcher this guy's name, but let's go for it. Jeremy Gilbert.
Exactly.
Mark's like a French name. Starred as Greg. Starred such a wonderful film as The Party Never Ends, Diary of a Binge Drinker.
That's good.
My Boyfriend's Dogs.
Wait, is that really
Whoa. Is that her boyfriend's dogs? As like her boyfriend has dogs, or her boyfriend is some dogs?
See, that's the mystery.
Oh man, if it was her boyfriend is some dogs, and it's like 4 dogs in a big trench coat.
Better film.
I mean, yep.
Is that genuinely the title of the film?
Yes, My Boyfriend's Dogs. And also the unauthorized Beverly Hills 90210 story.
Ooh, okay.
And now starring as Alec, possibly the whitest name we're going to get, and most waspish name out of all of them. We have Preston Vanderslice.
What's up?
Star of Bake Off.
Star of Chasing the White Dragon, Doomsday Mom, and Transmorphers.
Oh, Transmorphers.
I know.
I'm more interested in Doomsday Mom.
Yeah, what is Doomsday?
If this mum goes above 4 miles an hour. I think it was called The Mother That Couldn't Slow Down.
And finally, this was directed by a gentleman called James Head, who has directed such wonderful films as Excalibur Kid. Is the sword a child? Does the child have a sword? It's
about the wrestler Excalibur.
Nothing too good for a cowboy.
Wait, what?
That's the title of it.
Oh, I thought that was part of Craig's just...
and also directed numerous episodes of the Crow TV show.
That's a stinky stink.
That's stinking cheese. As I mentioned earlier on in the show, this is unfortunately not on movieguide.org, so no -4+4 score this week.
Wait, what would Joe give it that though?
Difficult. I would say it'd probably be back to 0, because there's knockers, there's like dishonesty, and just general
there's relations outside of a couple.
Yeah, and I just hated it. I think Jesus would too.
I'm giving it Deadpool level -4.
Well, the amount of apologising that goes on this site and to make it seem more than it was on Dove.org is ridiculous. So we'll go through the categories first because they have their faith and violence and all the rest of it. So for faith, we have faith-based values portrayed by caring, family-oriented people.
Nope.
Incorrect. Under sex, we've got gentle kissing and hugging. Under nudity, we've got people wear shorts in a tropical environment. Summer tropical dresses showing cleavage, but tasteful.
What are they expecting with the shorts part?
I'm not sure.
All walking around like in a Christmas story like that,
yeah. And under other, we've got grandma pretends to be sick, but is for unselfish reasons. The entire family and friends are conniving to bring together two people who really are soulmates and belong together. Soul spelt as in the bottom of your foot, soul. So goes.
The bottom of shoes. So that's shit on the shoes.
So the word ass has fallen off the front of that word, then, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
This is all age Dove approved. It gets the quality stamp of assurance from Dove.
God damn! Can you imagine if you were a Christian child and your parents brought this home from the video shop? You'd be like, "Oh, I can see why kids get into Satanism."
Oh God!
No, I want to watch Eraser with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, we're putting fucking
Destination Wedding on.
Destination Wedding on again. Your mum loves it.
It's either this or
Dead for
Doomsday
7
Mom.
years, Dad.
I know this on my boyfriend's dogs.
I mean, my boyfriend's dogs. 100%.
Oh no! Wait, can we watch Doomsday Mom?
We'll do another feature of Doomsday Mom, and my boyfriend is several dogs.
On that note, thus ends Greg. Thanks for another week.
A fun fact.
Go for it.
When they were doing the Mexican hat dance, he says, "Oh, we're never going to be on Dancing with the Stars," and the main lass from this was on Dancing with the Stars.
That doesn't surprise me.
When before this or after this?
I couldn't tell you.
I think this is about 2017, so probably around that time.
But yeah, other than that, bag of Todd. Difficult on this because, again, with Hallmark films, there's people who are just so indoctrinated into it that they will like anything. And then there's regular people like Anna Karina, 77 some numbers, July 2019. It was painful to watch. The acting, the dialogue, the genuine bitterness between the two main characters. It was neither funny nor smart, just awkward. Like being between a fighting couple. You know what I do in those situations? I leave. Bye-bye. Which I was like, it's good. She's related it to her actual life. It's fine. 10 out of 10. One of the best June wedding movies ever, which is a very niche category, isn't it? By Movie TV Romance Fan 20. I can't express how much I love this movie. It was absolutely amazing from start to finish. I love everything about this film. The character, the plot, the locations, etc. I loved watching Ellie and Greg fall back in love, and it's obvious, despite the breakup, the spark between them never went out. They still loved each other with all their hearts, and the ending was so romantic, a true perfect beach wedding. However, I will admit, though, I hated Ellie's boyfriend Alec. What? As well as Ellie's sister-to-be, Mandy. Justified. They were the most infuriating characters throughout the film, but in the end...
What did Alec do?
Again, I think because he got in the way of the true love.
Get in the bin.
Literally get in the bin and then throw yourself into a skip. They were the most infuriating characters throughout the film, but at least in the end, Ellie dumped Alec and Mandy apologized for her inconsiderate, irresponsible, and rather selfish behaviour. Did she?
Nope.
Did she say, "I'm sorry I've made you go through all this" to her sister? Because I don't think she did.
I think she mentioned that she's going to grow up herself, but nothing else.
Yeah, that wasn't an apology.
No, that's
no lessons.
It's like me crashing your car and then saying, "I promise not to crash it again."
Please don't crash my car.
No, I'm saying is that it's apologising because I hate you.
Yeah, that's fair.
And finally, 1 out of 10. Boring, contrived, beyond belief by FXX. Well, yeah, some letters and numbers. Warning, spoilers. This movie was bad on so many levels. 1, the mispairing between the two main actors. No chemistry between them and belief that they would ever be in the same room together. 2, the misadventure of trying to get her sister and fiance to Mexico for the wedding. The obviously staged and poorly executed sequence of events that ensued, i.e. exes falling in love, grandma that feigned sickness to get the truth. She should have died, brackets, she should have died off and maybe it might have been better. This guy gets it.
Yeah.
3, sister and her fiance refusing to talk, even though people were there waiting for them. Talk about being absolutely rude to those people's time. # disrespectful. I don't know. 4, Penn Vega's character needed to take over the entire planning and execution of the wedding to a ridiculous level. Right. I get. Oh, well, here we go. 5, Penn Vega's potentially abusive, controlling boyfriend. What? Again, did they get a different cut than us?
Yeah, didn't fall into that. I know that is the archetype of this sort of film. That's the character it should have, but it certainly wasn't portrayed that way.
The only thing we saw of the boyfriend was him saying that he had to work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Him being supportive of her choices.
But even at the start, he was like, I'm not happy that you're going to spend all this time with your ex-boyfriend, but
I trust you.
Family, and I don't like your family because they don't like me.
But aside from that,
he really approached these levels real quickly when he could not get hold of her and when she was on that beach. Scary. Overall, though, Overall, though, this is one of the best Hallmark movies ever. Oh no, I think I've messed up my. Ignore that last bit.
The sandwich is mixed.
Yeah.
I think he lost his train of thought.
And that was it. This is terrible. Don't ever watch it.
The main lass was on Dancing with the Stars in 2015.
So it's like a cheeky wink to it.
It's a little in joke.
Yeah.
I hate it even more now.
Yeah. In conclusion, that was shit. Destination Wedding. As I mentioned before, if you'd like to keep up to date with all things Hallmark and Greatness, follow us on Twitter at Hallmark and Great, Instagram at Hallmark and Greatness. Email hallmarkgreatness@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook. Joe's got a Twitch. Do you want to add anything else to this? I swore a lot, so I apologise.
I didn't swear enough.
And I swore just the right amount.
We are the Goldilocks of swearing.
I hated it.
It's fine.
And we don't have to watch it again, ever.
And you've picked the next one, and apparently that's a cracker.
Yeah, that's
no, that's not what I've said.
I mean,
you picked this one as well.
You also picked this one because it looked pretty.
I chose this one because I thought, this might be like the safari one where it's got lovely, lovely scenery and views. It didn't. Also, the film was shite. The next one is, for us, is a couple of days after the Super Bowl. The picture, at least, suggests that it might have some slight relevance to American football.
Yeah, I think you're living on a dream here, mate.
That's the one tedious link we have.
We tried it with baseball. How well did that go?
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, bye.
It's like a wicker basket. It goes through it.